Hi, this is horror ASMR.
Hello. Wait, what?
Sorry. Go for it.
No, that's even better.
He has an obsession with ASMR.
You know what? Just do that, and I'm just going to sit back here, and we'll just please the audience with your ASMR.
We just do some horror ASMR.
My name is Abe. I was Employee of the Year. Now I'm dead meat.
Pull a gun on me again and dead meat.
Dead meat! You might actually beat me. You really think so? Hell no! You're dead meat.
I am here with Mathieu, Côté, and Dave. Richard, thank you. And I've already failed. But this is the 10th anniversary of Dead by Daylight.
Tis.
Mathieu, I have interviewed you before for the channel. I want to ask, how is Buffy Summers doing?
She's really well. She's
really
probably
well. Your cat?
waiting. It's my dog.
Oh, it's your dog. That's
Yeah.
what it was.
The cat's name is Agent
It's Dale Cooper. I was like, one of them was one of them.
Yeah.
That's really what I want to check in on
Yeah.
this. I think that's the most important
They're
thing.
a little lonely today, but that's okay.
fair.
We'll get back.
Now that you've been planning this for a year, you're in it. You are in the midst of it. You've been doing panels. You've been doing all kinds of things. What is your current feeling on everything?
It's amazing. Seriously. Like I was saying earlier, like a lot of us have put a lot of effort and time into this, and it's tiring and it's frustrating at times. And then you come in the morning and you see people's faces light up, and it all goes away. Like this is the most amazing day ever.
Yeah, so of course, lots of players here, fans. It's great to see them smiling and finding each other. There's also our colleagues that are here, even some from all over the world that we don't get to see in the flesh that often or ever since today. So it's great to see that they're proud, they're having fun. It's heartwarming moment.
And you have been with Behavior for 25 years now?
Almost. Yeah, 20-something.
And what was the first game that you worked on?
A Scooby-Doo game
Yes.
on GBA, yeah.
And then that's very exciting that there's now the Scooby-Doo content, which I was more excited than a lot of things coming out to just see that little cartoon logo next to Dead by Daylight. For that specifically, like working with a cartoon brand like that, how were there limitations? Like how was kind of working with that?
I mean, we've done similar things in the past, like Tokyo Ghoul, for instance.
Yeah.
It was the very first time that those characters were seen in 3D, right? Before that, it didn't exist. So there was a lot of work in translating that properly. In this case, it's a little different because it's a collection and it's outfits. We're not recreating the characters one to one, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's Scooby-Doo, man.
It is.
Yes.
And so you're working on a Scooby-Doo game to start. You've been doing this development for 25 years. Obviously, the process has changed you're going from single player kind of Scooby-Doo Game Boy games to now full multiplayer, everything like that. Like, what are some of the biggest changes in the development process or like just the game? Yeah.
Wow, it has nothing to do like the industry today, and especially the kind of game we're making, right? DBD is a game as a service, and where it never stops, as in we always have chance to add more, changes everything, right? So all of the ideas that we have and the ones that we choose to put in the game, and then the others that go into a backlog that we say we'll have the chance to do that eventually. We've been talking about some of the famous characters we want to be able to play in Dead by Daylight, and some for a long time. And if we would be working on a game that's limited like it was back in the day, where it goes on the shelf and then it's over, we never have the chance to grow this project like it is today.
Yeah. Was IP from the get-go the plan? Because the earliest one was Michael Myers?
Yep.
Or were you just like, we launched it and then we had the opportunity to add IP into it?
I mean, depending which week you asked us that question. Because
Back in
literally
2016?
during the production, the plan A was we wrap this up, we made a really cool game, and then we move on and we go back to making what we did every day at Behavior, which was making whatever game is in front of us, whether it's Doodle Jump, SpongeBob, or the new game for like Brave or whatever, right? That was plan A. And then that quickly turned into plan B, with plan A being, okay, let's put a lot of energy, let's keep the team, let's add more stuff. But during development, like as we build things, we're like, oh, it'd be easy to expand on this, right? There are archetypes of horror and really interesting things that we could bring in, and new maps and new characters. So the idea was there, and I guess the ambition and the dream sort of took root as we were developing, going, not only could we create our own stuff and sort of pay our homage and write our love letter to those, franchises in the past, but maybe we could get some of them in. And so, yeah, it really shifted throughout production. And so depending on when you ask, you either get a dream or a plan.
So obviously you've now got the Holy Grail, Jason, in the game, and you're saying that's completed the Pokedex kind of slashers close to it, which now you're going to be entering, the next 10 years.
Yeah.
What's your Gen 2 Pokedex? Are you going, because you've covered the major stuff, so you have to go more niche, or?
Well, so what's really interesting is that we are in another golden age of horror, right? It's getting more mainstream. There's a lot of very interesting horror movies and new horror characters that are coming in, and people interact a lot with everything that's horror right now. So, there's going to be new creation, there's going to be new characters. And so the challenge is a bit different, because now we have to foresee which one will become classic, which one will become icons. But, today we have a team that we're able to do that, to talk with people around, and they know what DBD is. And so we can have this discussion and see what would be the best fit in a year, 2 years, 3 years. There's always going to be great content to add.
That's never going to be a problem.
No, we're the same way. Dead Meat, we've covered all the big horror movies, and then we've got to go into the smaller things. And now I'm in the Dead Meat game space. I'm covering the indie, smaller little games like Mouthwashing, and just incredible storytelling that is happening from these smaller areas.
We have a couple down there that we're showing off to.
Let's talk about it, please.
No. But there's a publishing effort, right? We've done that in the past with It Has My Face,
which is fantastic.
It's a really fun game.
And man, there was so much screaming and joy and frustration from that game.
Oh my God, this is like Where's Waldo, but in hell.
But it's also a super creative game that's sort of simple at its core, but has a really interesting twist on things. And so there are a couple of other titles like that we're going to be publishing, sort of using the big momentum that we have with Dead by Daylight to give a little bit visibility on some of these indie titles that we think deserve to be seen, and also in a way to grow horror, because we like horror and we want to do more of it.
And that's very evident. I love hanging out with fellow horror folks like you. But with that, do you just find the indie developer and say, "Hey, we'd love to, publish your game," or thing, and that kind of?
Take it back.
Okay.
I'm sorry. No,
that's fine.
Take back the little bunny tail that you're talking into.
But yeah, so there are conversations happening. A lot of the smaller developers are looking for visibility, which is one of the hardest things to get a hold of right now. And so that's one thing we can offer. There's a couple of other things we can offer, maybe guidance, maybe this and that, but mostly I think that's the most valuable thing that we bring to the table. And in these cases, for the most part, these are games that are almost ready or already done. These people are looking for help, and so it's kind of easy to get those conversations going. Yeah, it's really just a fun way for us to be able to put that, I was going to say newfound, it's been 10 years, but like that new power that we have of being able to put a bunch of eyes on a thing and to use it for something we think is good.
That is very wonderful to hear. And does it even feel like 10 years? Like, has it gone by and like that? Or?
Depends on the day. Okay. Sometimes it feels like no time at all has passed, and sometimes it feels like 100 years.
I mean, today is a very long event as well. There's like 12 hours of glorious wonderfulness, but just like, I gotta pace myself.
But every minute I'm trying to really savor every minute. Of course, when it all ends, I'm gonna crash and burn. Oh yeah.
Crash out. It's a marvelous day though. We're appreciating every minute of it. Yeah.
Well, because we're here. It's a celebration of fans, and sometimes in your early days when you created this, you obviously had no idea what it was going to be.
No idea.
And anytime anyone creates something, you release it out into the world and you get reactions back. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes it's really heartbreaking comments and things on the internet, and sometimes it's really nice things, but then you don't have kind of a physical interaction sometimes. So you have these fan events and things where you actually do that. Over these 10 years, is there a fan interaction that you've had that's kind of, that you remember that inspired you, or was just like,
many.
I'm sure there's many, but there's just one that pokes out, like this person.
Yes, the one that pops out for me is at one of our PAX event. So we're at the booth, and there's a lot of people coming in, and then there's this woman that comes and see us, and she wants to show off her tattoo. She has a beautiful sleeve of all the icons of horror, right? So there's Leatherface, Myers, there's Jason, Freddy, they're all there. Beautiful art. And then straight in the middle, there's a DBD logo. And, we're like, that's the moment I'm like, wow, okay, like, this is it. Like, and reaching that level, like, of icon, right? So it was pretty great.
Yeah, like Dave said, there's so many, and I think that to me, these are probably my favorite moments throughout everything that we've done. We've had the absolute, chance to be sent everywhere around the world to meet a lot of people face to face, and we do our best to try to bring that back to the team. And it's great, like you were saying, today, a lot of the team are here and get a face full of that pure passion, which is great. Stack Up is a good one. That was year 2, maybe, one of the first PAXs we went to. And we had a group of Army veterans. And they have an organization called Stack Up. And they came to us and talked about the fact that they use Dead by Daylight and they play Dead by Daylight a lot together, because for them it's a way to sort of deal with PTSD, because they put themselves in a really stressful situation where they have tools to overcome, but if it gets too much, you can actually just, step away from the computer. And it's also something where you have friends and you can sort of bond with friends and support each other. And so they like, it was becoming something very important for their community, and it sort of blew my mind, because for us, it's like this little game we made, and it was like happy that people are silly and enjoying it, but for them it was really therapeutic, and it was very important, and it's significant for their friendships and their help, and that was pretty magical. You want to say more?
Yeah.
I have more. I'm listening to what you're talking about, and every time we're being asked questions like this, I find it so cool that our game, which is horror, horrible stuff, people killing each other in the worst ways, just have like this wholesome community, wholesome stories that it's used for, good. Yeah, it's awesome.
I mean, it's the opposite of what the media says about violent video games and
exactly
horror in general.
Even just today, we were signing autographs downstairs, and there's a woman who came by. She flew in from Japan. She was explaining through our interpreter, well, not even an interpreter, it was a community manager from Japan who's here actually today. And she was explaining how she got a passport for this because she had never left Japan, and she got on a plane and she came here. She doesn't really speak English and she didn't know anybody, and she's just like, no, I want to go. This is significant for me. This is really interesting. And how can you not have your heart melt when something like that happens?
No,
it's just absolutely magical.
I'd heard down on the floor there was a couple that came from Ireland.
There's a few examples.
They were scammed and didn't have actual tickets.
Well, we managed to get them in.
And you got him. That's what I'm saying. That's the support. That's the they flew all the way here.
Yeah, I know. It was not going to happen.
Like, no. Come, you would love us. We're there, and that's just it's just the sharing of that love.
It's been a series of these awesome moments today.
So something that I do on like vacations or long journeys or things like that is something called a rose and a thorn. You're looking back over all of this time, and your rose is kind of a highlight of your time, and the thorn is a disappointment that happened during that time. So for this, we're going to call it the primrose blossom and the hook. So for these 10 years, all the time at Dead by Daylight, what is like one of your highs artistically and one of your lows artistically?
You go first.
And I'll just stare at the camera in the meantime.
Yeah, because
while you think of it.
10 years is a long time. Yeah,
Yes,
10 years is a long time. there's so many things that we're proud of that it's hard to choose. Like it's more for me. It's more than a game. It's more than a brand. Of course, it's a family we forge. It's all the love that we receive from the community, from our team, everything. I mean, it's incredible. Thorns or Hook is hard to answer because we did make mistake in the past, but because of the nature of the game and because we're supported by this community, nothing is permanent. You can fix it. You can eventually do better and do more and change things. So yeah, nothing irreversible. Maybe some good people from the team that got to something else. That's always sad.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because how many people are on the team now?
Today, I'd say probably 400, 450, depending on how you count.
150 people making their living off of Dead by Daylight.
Oh, more than that, I'd say. But
even that. But then you just also think of all the content creators and everything who are also able to make a living off of your game, and
not just that, but they are absolutely essential to Dead by Daylight and to our success. Like without these ambassadors, without these people supporting us and inspiring us, also that whole thing wouldn't fall apart.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But yeah, that's about 400 people, at least at Behavior, that are employees working on this. But it's more than that. It's so much more than that. And like I keep saying, also it's not just people playing the game or content creators, but it's like cosplayers and people who do fan art and even just the viewers, like people who watch content creators. Like I never played Dead by Daylight. I don't own the game, but I watch it every day. It's part of my the jargon because that's what I'm comfortable with. That's my universe that I bathe in, and that is also incredibly significant.
Yeah. Did you have a blossom or a hook?
Other than the fact that I'm exhausted and I feel old, no, not really.
No, that is awesome to hear. Well, I will say that as we're wrapping up our time here, last time I did ask about a Graboid entering the game as a killer. Where are we on that?
I'm not allowed to answer this.
No, me neither.
Oh, well, there you go.
There you go. I figured as much. I just needed to get that out there. I also wanted to thank you immensely for Hooked on You, which I recently live streamed the entire game. And
not a regret.
No. Oh no, seriously.
I'm curious, how hands-on were you, or did you just let PsyOp kind of go their own? Because the writing everything in it is fantastic.
We picked people that we thought were really good at what they did, and for the most part, we let them do their job. But yeah, we were collaborating. We were talking with them. We wanted to make sure that the jokes landed and the characters were, even though it's not canon exactly, some bits are, I guess. But some bits are. Some dangly bits are canon.
IP Island and Ghostface and all that.
But yeah, it was a blast. That one was a blast. And there was some cool cosplay today from Hooked on You. I don't know if you've seen.
Oh no.
Yeah, there's a couple of good
I'm a married man. I can't go.
There's
my huntress is down there.
There's the huntress is down there.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, my muscle mommy, no.
There she is. No. I'm not even sorry.
No, you shouldn't be sorry. I just love that you take risks like that with the IP, with everything. And
if we can't have fun with these things, like seriously, what's the point?
And that's why you're still here 10 years later, because you have fun, you love your community, you listen to everyone, and you're genuine fans yourselves.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
Well wrapped up.
That's what I got. That's what I do. That's what I do.
Awesome.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for this. Looking forward to even more Dead by Daylight in the future.
At least
10 more.
Yeah.
Yep, 10 more. 10 more.